What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy, with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another fantastic Sea of Conquest Pirate War video today. In today's video, we are continuing our ship setup and our overall build video series. Today, we are talking about Cutthroat build on the Warhammer in Season 1. Get excited. Here we go. So, first off, let me start off by saying the Warhammer is a paid ship. The Cutthroat heroes are paid heroes. You can unlock all of these heroes for free in Season 1, but keep in mind all three heroes require conches. They all require being 4-star or better to really work well, okay? You could run this build with 2-star, 3-star free-to-play version where you've summoned them using conches, but if they're not at least 4-star, you're going to have severe deficiencies in your build. And the Warhammer itself is an incredibly strong ship for Cutthroat. You could, in theory, use Black Raven. Black Raven has attack, it has damage, it has impact, but the Warhammer has more attack, more damage, and instead of impact, it has even more Cutthroat damage, as well as its own damage-dealing ability here, the Fleet Sunderer, that has a 20% chance when your ship does Cutthroat damage to deal a 200% damage hit, and that can occur every 10 seconds. Okay? All right. And also, as the opponent's ship gets weaker and its health lowers, you will deal up to additional 100% attack damage. So the Warhammer is sort of unparalleled in its contribution to the Cutthroat ship. Like I said, you could use the Black Raven. It has damage bonuses. It's sort of an all-around ship that's not specific, but the Warhammer is going to be dramatically better. Okay? So let's get right into it. Here we go. We already talked about the Warhammer's bonuses. They're great, right? Attack and crit. We have damage here. We have 24% Cutthroat damage that's going to stack up over 30 seconds. And then, like I said, you have this fantastic damage dealing ability, the Fleet Sunderer, that will do 200 to 300% Cutthroat damage every 10 seconds or so, depending on the enemy's HP. That ship is phenomenal. Now let's talk about the heroes. And before I talk about the heroes, let me talk really quick, actually, and show you a report. Let's jump into this report here that I want you to see. I saved it from a while back. We actually merged with this person that I'm fighting in this report shortly after the report, and we've been allies, obviously, in the same gang. So this is my last great report to show you. Back when I was level 25, I'm currently level 28, and my good buddy Mr. 2 is level 27, with very comparably strong heroes, almost identical setups in a lot of ways. But what I do want to point out here is the fact that my Warhammer, A, did more damage than his Warhammer, okay? I did dramatically more damage than his Warhammer. In fact, I did about 50% more damage than his Warhammer. And I did almost 10 times as much healing. So that is why I'm walking through this build right now. And I love Mr. 2. Shout out to him. He's got some great setups. But I am simply using this report to show you what the right optimizations on your setup can do in performance. Because this was a one-on-one battle that we did. We did some dueling. It was pretty cool. Mr. 2 came down and was willing to duel me. We tested some things. I tested some stuff. He tested some stuff. And this is the build that I left that test with, deciding this is the build I want to use. Okay? So here we go. And actually, I designed and pioneered and tested this particular build in the dueling against Mr. 2. So thank you, Mr. 2, for dueling with me, because I would not have fixed the issues that I had in the build without you. All right, so let's get back to it. Let's start talking about the Warhammer. We're going to talk about the heroes. Like I was saying before, all of these heroes are legendary heroes, so they're going to require conches to summon. There's only one purple hero for Cutthroat in Season 1. That is Lord Kojo. He is a first mate. He is actually a decent hero. He does decent damage. He does bonus damage when he attacks, which some of it gets regenerated, but he does huge burst. And he gives the whole ship attack. So he is a pretty strong hero. A lot of people might run with Lord Kojo in this middle spot to get even more damage. I am here to tell you, as you saw from that report, that with this correct optimization, your damage can be through the roof, and you can have incredible healing and survivability. Okay? So, first off, Bones. He is a must-have. You can only get him with gold conches, so it's possible you'll summon him for free after getting, saving up a bunch of gold conches from free events and stuff like that. but you're probably not going to get him to 4-star, which is what you need to make him shine. At 4-star, okay, your ship does a ton more bonus cutthroat damage, and B, you gain the Duel's Salute, which is going to be a crazy buff called Vehemence, and this is going to give you a dual stacking rage restoration bonus, okay? So currently at 4 power, it's 16%, okay, which is going to stack twice. So I will have 32% rage generation bonus on my ship, which is phenomenal, all right? This is going to really drive, and I mean, I can go through the rest of his skills real quick. He does great damage, bonus damage if the ship's health is low. He gives good attack for his ship. He has a chance to trigger his ultimate again every 15 seconds. And like I showed you before, cutthroat damage. And what's important to note is he actually reduces the damage of his ship if it's not cutthroat by 10%. Okay, so anybody who's not cutthroat on your ship will actually do reduced damage. The bones is going to pair really, really well with Cordelia. Like I said, you could have Lord Kojo here, but the whole purpose of the build I'm showing you now is a Cordelia-based Bones build. The synergy between Bones and Cordelia is astronomical, and they snowball pretty hard. Cordelia will also gain the 32% bonus rage generation buff from Bones because it applies to the entire ship. Okay? That's why I love having Cordelia with Bones. Cordelia does great healing. She's going to heal all 5 ships in the fleet, and she is going to dispel stacks of burning or taking on water from the Warhammer itself, okay? She is going to give bonus armor to several ships that she heals in the fleet, okay? When she does heal other ships, she is going to apply, and again, now we're talking, you hear to be, we're talking 3-4-star territory, right? But you are going to need her to drop her heal, at which time she will apply a, instead of damage over time, a heal over time buff to the ships that she heals, dealing additional healing over 5 seconds. And Oceanic Anthem. This is a really, really powerful ability. Remember when I said you really want these heroes to be at 4-star to make them shine? Well, Bones gets his rage generation. Ophelia gets her rage generation. She is now going to be applying a 30% chance when you auto attack every 16 seconds, and higher level skills lower the cooldown. But at level 2 out of 5, it's a 16-second cooldown to give 2 ships in your fleet 100 rage. That is a big deal. Ships require 1,000 rage to use their ability, so giving them 100 is going to effectively reduce the cooldown of their ability to actually use their ultimate by 10% of their total. Okay? This, since your Warhammer ship probably has super high attack, will probably most likely end up giving part of this buff to the Warhammer. So not only are you increasing your generation by 32% through Bones at his level 4 skill, Ophelia's level 4 skill is going to also give you additional rage every 16 seconds. Now you see where the snowball is coming in, right? They're both giving rage to each other and to the entire ship, which is going to be super powerful. So Bones and Ophelia pair really nicely. Luna. Luna is the only cutthroat option for a gunner position. There's no other cutthroat option for gunner position in Season 1, just like there's no other captain besides Bones for Season 1. So I would say you have to use Luna for this build. You could use some other heroes, but like I said before, Bones is going to actually reduce their damage by 10% if they're not doing cutthroat damage. So that's why Luna is sort of mandatory. Okay, Luna does good single target damage. She applies debuffs to the enemy, increasing the amount of cutthroat damage that they take. And she has a chance, again, at level 4, at 4 stars, she is going to have a chance to trigger her rage skill instantaneously. This is why I was saying that you really want all of these heroes to be 4-star or better to make this build work, because they all unlock crazy abilities in this 4 slot. Okay? There is no free-to-play version of this build. You could run all of these heroes at lower than 4-star, and they will still be a successful build, but as you obviously saw, you're losing the rage generation on 2 heroes, you're losing the free ultimate on the 3rd hero. You really need this build to be 4-star. You could have it free-to-play as 4-star, potentially. I know 2 or 3 free-to-play players that have gold heroes at 4 or 5-star because they were just lucky with rolling them, and they were able to also select them through the in-game, PvP You can buy heroes for the PvP events. You can buy heroes with some of the other things in the game, such as guild respect. So it is possible to get these heroes up to a higher level. I actually got Luna to 6-star because I got her by leveling up the Plantagenist guild respect to honored. I was able to purchase her in the store here. You see here, Plantagenist. You can see I was able to purchase Luna right there and get her actually to 6-star because of this guild respect. So don't miss out on your guild respect. Don't forget about that. And that is the hero setup for the Warhammer. Let's talk about the gear, guys, because the gear is a big deal. You must have the right ship gear on. I've seen a lot of Warhammer ships with the wrong gear. Since Ophelia's heal is based on the attack stat, I might have not explained that clearly a minute ago. Her heal is based on the attack stat of your ship. Okay? It is not based on the damage of your ship. It's not based on the constitution or the health of your ship. It is based on the attack stat of your ship. Therefore, you want your ship to have incredible total attack. Okay? So the gear we're looking at today is going to focus on attack and it is going to focus on healing. All right? So, first off, we have this great weapon here that has base attack, it has attack percent, and it has healing bonus. Okay? It was very challenging. I went through 8 or 9 of these weapons before I found one with a healing bonus on it, and this is the one I kept. This happens to be a very well optimized weapon with attack plus attack percent plus healing, which are all 3 of the stats that I want, which is fantastic. I don't really care about crit rate. I do, but I don't. I do care about it because I want to do critting, but I don't because I want to do healing. Okay? Next, onto the sail. Attack, more attack. These other 3 bonuses are all kind of useless for this particular build. I already have super high impact, but you know, in general, it's not a bad thing to have more impact. So this is a decent sail. Ideally, I'd like to replace it and again get healing bonus on one of these and go from there. But the fact that it has attack percent and base attack makes this a strong sail that really supports my attacking. All right. The Blade of Freedom, again, attack bonus. Use attack bonus. Don't use damage. Have damage. There's damage somewhere. I'll find it. I have a lot of these. Oh my goodness. I thought I had some damage. Here you go. Don't use a helm with the damage bonus on it. Again, you want Cordelia's heal to be based on the attack, so you want attack stat, okay? So the helm you're going to have is going to have attack. This is just the basic helm that I picked up after they changed the gear, so it doesn't have any super special bonuses on it, but get the attack stat, okay? And lastly, the figurehead. This is really important. The figurehead can roll main stat as healing bonus. This is one of the most important stats on my ship. I have healing bonus on this item, and I have healing bonus on this item. Between the 2 of them, I have almost 33% healing bonus for this ship, which is phenomenal. That healing bonus is a direct multiplier. That will directly multiply at the end of the equation for Cordelia's healing output. Really, really powerful. So you definitely want that healing bonus. I could put critical strike damage here or critical strike bonus rate here. Critical strike rate is probably the next best thing if you don't have a healing. I would put on critical strike rate because it's going to increase your damage again. It's a time-weighted multiplier averaged over a long fight. It's going to increase your damage significantly based on your critical strike damage amount. But in general, having healing bonus on your figurehead is going to be best in slot for this version of the Cordelia build. Okay? And lastly, the set you're going to use is going to be the Blade of Freedom. This is going to be more valuable than the Cutthroat set because the Cutthroat set is going to increase the amount of Cutthroat damage you deal, but it is not going to give you plus attack. This is plus damage. So, like I said, do not use the Requiescence of the Black for this Cordelia type build. Please use Blade of Freedom so you can get that 18% additional attack multiplier, because that is a multiplier, which will increase both your damage and your healing. Okay? And that is the video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'll be doing more awesome videos coming up real soon here. Randy out.